Hey, oh, excuse me, pollen. All right, I'm back. The other day we made chicken Mississippi. I know my eyeballs are like over there, and I want them to be over there, but I'm a newbie. Forgive me. So anyway, we had 4 big chicken breasts the other day, and I used 2 for the chicken Mississippi, and I'm going to show you today how to use the other 2 for another meal. So that means you would make 2 chicken meals for your family for around $5. I mean, really, you probably can't even eat at McDonald's for that, and this is much better and it's much healthier. Okay, so I've already prepped a little bit, so you don't have to go through, like 20 minutes of me doing this. How you like this shirt? Yeah, for those of you that don't get it, Google it. All right, so I had 2 big chicken breasts. I had a video, Luke, a minute ago. So this was like, a whole chicken breast. And then I took a big knife and I cut them this way. So, be careful, try to get it even, because on the little skinny end it wants to kind of try to not be even. Pampered Chef. I have a friend Susie selling Pampered Chef. If you need any, I'll hook you up, and I will put her website down in the description. I always say I'm putting everything in the comments, but it's in the description. And I'll put all this in the description as well. Okay, so I have to turn the skillet on. Of course, it's one of my cast iron skillets because you know how I am. So you can season both sides. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just whatever mood I'm in. That background noise was an air conditioner. I have central air, but when I'm cooking, dang, it gets hot. So I'm going to, you see this cooking board? One of my friends from high school made this cutting board. He made it by hand, like all these little squares, and pressed them and treated it and treated it and treated it, and I just love it. He's a busy man, but if you feel like you want one of those, we'll see if he's got some time on his hands to do that. So you bread both sides of the chicken breast in Italian breadcrumbs. They're about $1 for a big canister of them. I think this big one was like $2. Last you forever. You can do chicken cutlets with it too. So we're going to put this in a skillet. And keep doing that with all 4 of these. Just toss them. This part of the dinner goes really, really quickly because it doesn't take long for these chicken breasts to cook because they're cut in half. That's another reason I like to cut them in half. Sometimes a whole chicken breast, I don't know, kind of dries out in the middle. I can do it, but I don't feel like it today. So I'm going to show you those in just a minute because I'm going to go over what we're going to eat with this, which we love. It is spaghetti squash. A lot of people are afraid of it. They don't know how to fix it, yada, yada. All right, so shake off the excess and put that in that skillet with the rest of its friends. Rinse some breadcrumbs off of me. I gotta add a little bit more olive oil. I see some dry spots in the bottom of the skillet. Can't have any dry spots. But you don't want to overdo it either. Alright, so I'm going to move this beautiful cutting board. Thank you, Jim Hamilton. Well, I still am not looking. Maybe if I look at my shirt. Yeah, I don't know. Move that out of the way. I love it. Okay, we're going to move the crumbs out of the way. We're done with them. Probably should have put less in there, but oh well. Okay, so the other day when I thought that I was going to cook this, I had the spaghetti squash already in an Instapot. And then later that day, I was like, I just don't feel like it. You all can eat leftovers. So I put them in the fridge, and never done that before, but what I found out today was they're a lot easier to handle when they're not piping hot. So if you can make them the day before, that's great. If not, make them the day of, and you know, use a dish towel or pot holder or something to hold them while you do what I'm getting ready to show you. I cooked mine in the Instapot. I put 2 of them in there, which sometimes is tricky. I cut the stems off of the end to give you more room, and this time I had to kind of shave the sides off of one of them and just cram it in there because one is not enough for the Hartwells. It's really good. Okay, so the one I trimmed up I've already put in here, and it looks like there's no light in here. Okay, it looks like that. So the second one, oh wait, the second one's sitting here waiting just for you. So I had them in the fridge, so they're in a container. So this is what I said. I cut the end with the stem off because you really can't use the squash that's toward the stem, and it gives you more room in the Instapot. You can also bake them. You can put them in a Dutch oven with some water. They're pretty juicy, so you don't want to overdo the water. In the Instapot, I put about 1 inch of water in there. In the oven, it's been a while since I did that. I don't know. Just put them in, you know, something that's oven proof. This one's not, but you know, like a Dutch oven or something. Or you could probably put them on a cookie sheet. Just Google it. Just Google it. Don't be afraid of it. I like to get mine like really squishy. You see that? Alright, so I want to take a knife and I'm going to cut it in half. I'm digging this whole thing because this is a trick when they're hot. On the inside, there's seeds. See those seeds in my handy dandy trash bag? So you just take a spoon and scrape out the seeds. So every once in a while, there'll be a stray seed left in there. And you just tell your family, spit it out. I mean, really, it's not going to kill them. Alright, so I think I got most of the seeds out of this. So this is what you're left with, is the shell and the stringy squash inside. And when it's hot, I use a big spoon to like scrape this out. But today, I can use my handy dandy fingers. So I scrape it out of the shell. You see, that's what's left. I had a piece fall down in here. Don't leave any shell in there because it's gross. I'll tell you that. I've done that before and came across it myself, and I wasn't too happy. Alright, this is the second half. I'll scrape those seeds out. Kind of like you do a cantaloupe, you know? Scrape out the seeds. And then scrape out the inside. I think next time I do this, I'm going to do it either the morning of or the day before, because this makes it a whole lot easier. So we scrape it. That's a piece of skin we don't want. Scrape it into that. So this is what you're left with. Like nothing. Okay. Rinse the hands. I'm sure other people, hang on, we'll flip the chicken. I thought I was going to say flip the kitchen. Hold on, it's going it's nice and golden brown. It's about halfway cooked. In the meantime, I have preheated my oven to, I'm going to get this down every now and then. I just tried to edit a video earlier, and it's like, I'm technically challenged, ignorant, and we're just going to figure out something. So anywho, we got the squash in the pan. like that. I am going to use half a stick of butter, which I have right here. I used to be in competition with Paula Deen for how many sticks of butter I used in a recipe. But I'm going to use half of that. And then I'm going to use a big spoon of, I can't believe it's not butter because my hands are greasy. Big spoon. You want it buttery because it only has 60 calories a serving, where butter has like, I don't know how many, but it's more than that. So, also going to sprinkle some garlic salt in here. The squash does need salted some. If you use regular salt, you can do garlic powder, onion powder, no powder, you know me. So let me see if I can move you over here without dropping you. So I've got the squash back here on a back burner. I'm going to turn it on. All I need to do with that is warm it up and melt the butter. And we'll stir it up. And we'll put a lid on it to hurry that process up. Tricks of the trade. Okay, so over here you can see the chicken. Where's my fork? I've already lost my fork. So you can see the chicken. Can you see that? How beautiful that is? Okay. So one good thing about cooking is I need to see your face. Or I guess I need to see my face because I feel like I'm not talking to you. You know, this is my favorite one, but I didn't use it for whatever reason. So, one good thing about cooking in cast iron is it goes from stovetop to oven without any issues. If I would have put this in a non-stick pan, which you can if you don't have cast iron, then you have to transfer it to a baking dish for the final moment. Okay. I'm just going to check the middle a little bit and see where we are on doneness. Oh, it looks great. You can use a meat thermometer, which I have. It should register on 165 for chicken, so we'll stick that in there just to be technical. It's 170, so that's done. We'll turn the heat off on that. All right, I need my spoon again. Don't you wish I was one of those professionals and like stayed totally organized? Okay, but I'm an everyday girl, and you're an everyday girl, and you're an everyday dude, and I'm not trying to make anybody think I'm anything but that, okay? I'm a cook, alright? So, I take a jar of spaghetti sauce. You can use any kind of spaghetti sauce you want to. I always keep this Hunt's on hand. It's like 99 cents a can. I use that for spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, whatever you want. You can doctor it up with a little tomato paste if you want to. It's a little thin. Some more garlic, oregano, or whatever. This is ragu. So, I'm going to spoon. You can pour it all over the place, but my guys don't like it, like, you know, pour it all over the place. So I'm going to spoon some on top of each piece of chicken. You can also do this with those frozen breaded chicken breasts if you're in a hurry, especially if you have little kids in the house because they don't know. All right, then we're going to put some shredded mozzarella on there. And you know how I am about shredded cheese? I don't shred. So this is just regular mozzarella. The other thing you could use is fresh mozzarella, which a lot of people don't have on hand. And I used to not ever have this on hand. But there's a vegetable pizza I make for Scott, Hunka Hunka. And he likes me to use this. So that's why it's here. But as you can see, I'm not using it. So the next step is kind of put a generous amount You can use provolone cheese. You can use any cheese. Havarti cheese. Swiss cheese if you want to, but I think that would taste weird. Alright, so put the cheese on there. And what we're going to do, stick it in the oven. Just long enough for that cheese to melt. I could probably put a lid on this pan. You know, that's what I'm going to do. That oven's hot. So I'm going to borrow my favorite pan's lid. We'll stick it on there. And we're just putting it in the oven long enough to melt the cheese. So, change of plans. Alright, so we have, I'm going to move this up. Where am I going to move it up to so you can see it? Switch out the chicken and the squash. Okay, let's turn the burner back on. This oven gets a workout. My kitchen gets a workout. It's a working kitchen. It's never absolutely clean. Like, I mean, it's clean. But by the time I get done fixing one meal and clean it up, it's time to fix another meal. And it just is what it is. So, if you come to my kitchen and there's like dishes in the sink, don't say anything. Alright, I don't care. Okay, so I told you that this stuff was a little juicy. So I don't know if you can see the juice in here and the butter are all sizzly together. But I can. Alright, so I'm going to toss this around. You can fix some garlic bread or something if you want, you know, more to your meal. A side salad would be perfect with this. Just a simple salad. Heck, you could do lettuce and cheese. I know a restaurant, there used to be a restaurant. Oh, there's a stray seed. Should I leave it or not? Okay. So, anyway, I knew a restaurant that just had a salad. Oh, got another seed. You'll have that. And I want to see how hot this is getting. It's pretty hot. So let me tell you how I serve it up. Woo! West Virginia girl is sweating. Alright. I love pasta bowls. I started using pasta bowls when I'm hot. You see this? When my little boy was little, he, obviously, because he kept spooning all of his food, like, over the sides of the plate, and it just irritated the snot out of me. So I got pasta bowls, and it quit happening. So now, we just really use them a lot. We use them for soup, because it cools off quicker. We use them for any pasta dish. I don't know, just like them. So anyway, this is what we're going to do. That cheese is not completely melted, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you anyway. Then I'm going to put the chicken back in a pot and melt it. So I got some spaghetti squash. Put that on the bottom like you would noodles. And if you absolutely, there's another seed. I'm going to leave that for somebody to find. Ah! If you've tried this and you absolutely hate it, put it on pasta or put it on nothing. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. Then I put the chicken breast. Well, it's a little cheesy. I put the chicken breast right on top of that. And it's beautiful. And they eat it. And that is what matters, right? So that is the other two chicken breasts that I promised you the other day. And the whole pack had 4 giant chicken breasts in it. So we used 2 for Mississippi chicken, which is really good. If you didn't look at that video, go ahead and look at that because you'll love it. And the other 2 breasts I used today for chicken mozzarella, chicken provolone, chicken, like I said, whatever cheese. I've never used American cheese, but it could be bad. You can put a little bit more sauce on it after it gets on the plate. I mean, you can just do anything. So anyway, it's Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. It's like tomorrow we're taking the boat out. And I had to start my fake tan today so I didn't glow in the dark out there. And that's it. So I think I say a lot, and sorry about that. All right, enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your chicken. Please like and subscribe. I would really like to see this go somewhere, but if not, it's just fun showing you guys how to cook because it's not that hard. You can impress your friends, you can impress your family, and you can save a lot of money. I mean, people that go out to eat all the time, they spend $800 or $900 a month on groceries, where I spend about $500 or $600 a month or less, and we eat at least 2 cooked meals a day because I always have leftovers. So it'll save you a lot of time and money, and plus you'll get some nutritious and good home cooked food in your kid's belly and in your family's belly and maybe your neighbor's belly. All right. Don't know what we're doing next, but I'll let you know. Stay tuned.